Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today with me. I hope you're okay. So today I'm going to do a design that has a mixed background. So you may have seen my previous ones. I add 2 or 3 colours to the background on the canvas, blow it out, and that's my base colour. And then what I do is I pour some puddles of paint on top of that, and then blow it out into a design, and then I use my finger to do some finger swipes to control the movement and the direction of the piece when you're looking at it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've mixed up a couple of paints myself, so I'm going to show you those in a minute, but I'm really excited for this. So let's see what we can create. Okay, so here are my paints. So this is my colour palette. So the base colour, I've got black. I've got a lamp black by Amsterdam. But in here, I've also got titanium white and a Prussian blue. So I've tipped both of those colours into one cup and slightly stirred it, but I haven't completely stirred it so we can kind of get this design. So when I pour the paint out with the black onto the canvas, it should create a really interesting pattern. So I'm not fully stirring my paint up together to make a lighter blue. I'm just going to leave it like that to see how we get on with that. So this is the colour palette that I'm going to use to puddle on top of the canvas. I'm not too sure if I'm going to use the green turquoise yet, but I'm definitely going to use these other 4 colours. I'm really excited for this. I'm using a 24 by 20 inch canvas. So let's get cracking. I have sped up this video, so don't think that I work really quick, because I really don't. I don't want you to get bored, but what I do want to do is I want to show you the full process from start to finish in terms of how I do my bases. And you'll notice that the paint is slightly thicker than what I'd normally use in a Dutch pour. That's because I really want to control the puddles that I place on top and blow out, and control the designs that I use by doing my finger swipes. So all I'm doing now is I'm layering the paints on my canvas to create the background before we start puddling the blues on top. And what I would say is don't rush that process. Let me show you the close-up so you can see what I can see. But don't rush the process of preparing your base coat. Allow yourself some time to just really be in the moment, really play with those paints that you're using as your base colour. And that will give you an identity in terms of what colours you're going to really showcase through your base and through the puddles. So I've got good blacks and blues on the base. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my paints in my cups and puddle 3 puddles in a triangle kind of shape. but I want those 3 puddles there, and then what I'll do is I will blow it out, and then I use my finger to swipe through and create some movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one colour at a time, and I'm going to layer these on the base that we've already created. So, as I said, I'm almost going for like a triangle shape. I'm using this blue to give me a guide of where I'm going to puddle my paints. I think I'm happy with that. I think that's enough space in between each puddle. There's going to be quite a lot of paint on each of those puddles. If you wanted to keep more of your base colours to come through, then just do smaller puddles. Don't puddle as much paint as what you see me puddle. I am going to use the green turquoise once. I'm just going to add that in now. But yeah, so if you want more of your base colour to shine through, then do smaller puddles. Don't put so much paint down. I've decided that I'd really like the blue puddles to really kind of take over this piece. So I'm going to puddle quite a lot of the paint on top and then blow it out. So it's really up to you how you approach this. I'm going to do the puddles now, and then you'll see me blow these out with my hairdryer. And the hairdryer is on a cool setting, and it's on the lowest setting. So before I blow this out, I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to dip my finger in each of these puddles and just swirl it around just to mix some of those colours up before I start blowing them out. I'm just doing this just to see what different effect it might have, but all it's doing really is mixing some of those puddles that we've already created. So I'm going to take my blow dryer now, and I'm going to blow out each of those puddles. And remember, because I've got a lot of paint on my puddles, a lot of the base colour that we've already layered will disappear. It will almost shine through in those negative space areas. So I'm just going to take my torch, pop any of those air bubbles before we start blowing out. So in this piece, I'm going to do a number of finger swipes. But first of all, what I really want to do is I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to go around the outline of each of these puddles that I've blown out, just to create a little bit more definition around those puddles. I'm going to do that for each of them before I swipe my finger through the whole design and bring it together. But this time I think I'm going to do it a little bit different. I've connected the puddles in previous designs just once with one finger swipe. But I think I'm going to do at least 2 or 3 finger swipes in this one, just to see how different the creation can look. Okay, so I'm going to break up some of these puddles, and I'm literally going to go through the middle of each of these designs with my finger and bring in some movement to this piece. I'm literally going to start and finish on the same side, but I'm just going to take my finger and swipe all the way through. I'm just going to go through that again, just to add a little bit more definition through the middle of the puddles, connecting each puddle one by one, just using my finger to bring back some of that colour that's on the base through those puddles. I start and finish on the same side, but I'm not going to just do one, I'm going to do a couple. So I'm going to just go a bit further in and just follow the same design. And then I'll do that for the 3rd time, but again reducing the size of the swipe that I do, just to create some different movement and to experiment with how it's going to look. And then I can compare that with the other videos and the other creations that I've already made that you've probably already seen. I'm going to take you in now for a close-up of this wet version. I'll let this piece dry and then you can see the dried result. But let me leave you now with a close-up of this wet version. I really do love those colours. I'm a fan of the finger swipe. I really do feel that it connects the different pieces and helps with the movement of a piece. But let me know what you think. What do you think about this one where I've added more than one finger swipe in? I first of all defined the puddles first, and then I used 3 different swipes in the middle, but starting and finishing on the same edge. I'll show you the dried version, but yeah, I'm happy with this. Let me know what you think. So here we are, here's the dried version. Now where I finished and started the finger swipe is right at the top of this piece that I'm approaching now. I started and finished on the same edge, but I really do love how those colours on the base have come through in those negative areas in terms of where we didn't puddle those colours and blow them out. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the blues. I love the blue tones. I really do love the finger swipe because it doesn't just create a different dimension and some different interest. I do feel that it really creates a different vibe and movement to a piece. Let me know what you think. I'll leave you now with some of the detail, but I just wanted to thank you all for all of your support. Please comment, please subscribe if you haven't already. It's all free for you to do, and it helps me reach other people that might be interested in the work that I do. So I really do hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye!